Welcome to All Things Possible TV. I'm Bill Barney, and I'm glad you joined me here today for our episode of Are You All There? Healing with Bill Barney. That's me. And today I want to talk to you about that. Seems like a silly question. Maybe the title kind of caught your eye, but it's very, very serious what I want to talk to you about today. What I want to talk to you about is soul loss or spirit loss, fragmentation of the spirit. Part of your energy, part of the life essence of who you are can actually break away. And it happens in many of the situations we go through in our lives. And I want to talk to you about this because very few people know about this particular, I wouldn't necessarily call it phenomenon because it's so common that it occurs. But if you have been in a traumatic accident, a very severe accident, if you've been through a severe illness, if you've lost a loved one that's dear to you, if you've been divorced or actually been in a long-term relationship that you're no longer in, if you've been a victim of abuse or rape, or if you've had multiple sexual partners, it is likely and almost guaranteed that you have lost an essence, part of the essence of who you are, and could have fragmented into many pieces. And so you're no longer whole. And we're going to talk about a lot of the symptoms of what you may be feeling that would indicate that you've lost part of your soul. But you'll find that in the way it may show up in your language, in your daily language, where you say, I feel like I lost a piece of myself. I feel like so-and-so stole a part of me when this happened. Or I just feel drawn to go back to this situation, to this person, to this place or event, because you can't put it behind you. Because literally, deep down, your subconscious knows that you lost a part of yourself there. And that's what I want to share with you today. But first, I want to offer you a free gift. And that is if you go to our website, it says right here, All Things Possible, www.allthingspossible.biz, and click on the, to get your free 7 traits, click on the little box there to get your, sign up and get your free 7 traits to having all things possible. It's an amazing program that is free that we offer to you. Every few days you'll get a new video, and it will show you and teach you, if you'll apply it, how to really change your life. It's one of the best things we can teach people, and it's something free that we offer to you. So go here to our website and take advantage of that. So let's get right into this. As I talked about, soul retrieval. Now you may look up on the internet, and a lot of it has to do with shamanistic traditions, shamans, and I have a lot of respect for that. However, what I do has the same results, but a little bit different way to get there. I work a lot with angels and the person's ancestors and their guardian angels. And it's a very spiritual process to go through and retrieve what has been lost from a person's essence or their soul. Our psyches have this self-protection mechanism, and it's a good thing to help us deal with very painful, either physically or emotionally painful and traumatic situations. In psychology, they call it disassociation. However, what they don't talk about in psychology is what it is that disassociates and where it goes. It's just called disassociation. But we literally do that. And in that event of disassociation, part of ourself breaks off, part of the essence of who we are. I'm going to use the term soul or spirit interchangeably, but when I do that, the definition of what I'm talking about is your essence, your life force energy, the part of that vitality that keeps us alive and thriving. It's part of that, whatever you want to call it, whatever that means to you, but we actually lose a part of our life force energy. And there's various reasons that can cause this, as I talked about, accident, loss of a loved one. All of these things can cause us to lose part of ourselves. Other times we do it very naturally in a loving and family situation with like when a loved one dies, but even with a child or a parent, someone that we're very, very bonded to. We may actually send a part of our spirit out with a child as a way to protect them. And we do this unconsciously, But because of our great desires to protect that person or to be with them or to be bonded and connected with them, we send a part of ourselves with them, and it really doesn't serve them, and it certainly doesn't serve us, because then we're not whole. We don't have full power to operate in the present moment, and we're missing a huge piece of ourselves. And again, you'll find yourself saying, I feel like I lost a piece of myself, or something was stolen from me. In cases, and these are some of the for me, the most heart-rending cases, is abuse or rape, where it was not, those are literally soul stealers. And the abuser, they do it unconsciously, but they always steal or capture a part of the person's essence, their soul, a part of who they are. And it's very sad to see this happen. But it does. I've not found a situation where it didn't happen with a serious abuse case. And to complicate and make things even worse is they also, because of their desire to control the person they're abusing or manipulating, they leave a part of their soul with that person as a control and as a monitor. And it makes it very, very hard for that person to put the situation behind them, to heal from them. I've dealt with clients who have been in years and years of therapy and have made a lot of progress, but they still haven't been able to put this behind themselves, because they literally are missing part of themselves that's with that person, and part of that person is always with them. And so they can never, if I ask them, how many times do you think of that person? It's almost every day that person or that event comes up. And the way to recover this is through a soul retrieval process. The other thing that makes it very, very hard is when you go in for traditional counseling, the counselor can take so long to facilitate healing because the part of the person that was damaged or hurt in that process is now missing. So it's not there. They're dealing with what's left, and the person doesn't associate with all those feelings, and so it can be very hard to heal from that until all the essence of the soul is retrieved. Another thing that happens, and we live in a world where it's very common to have sex without being married, without being in a committed relationship, and that can become very casual. And I make no judgments on anyone for their lifestyle or their choices. This is just a fact of what I have found that happens, is every time you have intimacy with another person, be it one event or over a period of time, you lose a part, you exchange parts. And so the person who has a lot of partners becomes very fragmented, and we can get all of that back. The other thing, that when people have been divorced or have been in a long-term relationship, they've left a huge and significant part. So if you've been divorced and they're trying to heal and put that divorce behind you and move forward in life, it can be very, very hard, because again, part of the ex is with you, and part of you is with the ex. It makes it very hard, and through this process of soul retrieval, we go ahead and get everything back where it belongs and cut the cord, sever that, so that you can move forward as an individual and heal in your life. Excuse me. So, you may be asking, well, how do I know if I've lost a part of my soul? If a soul retrieval would serve me, how do I know if this is a good thing for me? And I have a list of some symptoms or indicators that you may or probably are missing part of the essence of who you are. Feelings of depression, of course that can go for lots of other things, but just put this whole list together. See how many of them amount for you. A feeling of being incomplete. A feeling or inability to feel a full range of emotions. You're not even fully emotionally there. You don't feel certain emotions. Feeling of spaciness, like you're just not connected or grounded to the earth. Problems with addictions. A lot of people have very addictive behaviors. When we get the soul recovered and retrieved and 100% complete again, they're able to kick those addictions, be it substance abuse or even pornography and other types of addictions. Very powerful in healing from addiction. Chronic illnesses, always being sick and ill. If all your spirit isn't there to maintain and monitor the body isn't going to heal and maintain itself as well. PTSD, or post-traumatic stress syndrome, has a lot to do. Almost anybody that has that, a big aspect of that is because they have lost a part of who they are. It's fled the scene, so to speak. An inability to move past an issue despite whatever efforts you've gone through, and you just can't seem to move past an issue or a person in your life would be another indicator. The feeling that you've done everything you can do but you're still stuck in life. And also lost memories. You see this very often with children, that they don't remember a good part of their childhood who were abused. And when they say, a part of me died when this happened, or I feel like so-and-so stole my soul, or just a vague feeling, or maybe even not so vague, that something is missing from your life. Feeling disconnected. You don't feel your full, you don't feel anything, and you can't really connect to things. You may have memories or incidents in your past when you can say, I feel like I lost something that I never got back. And a sense that someone took something from you, your heart, your soul, or that you were not the same once they left you, or once they died. That's something, when we lose a loved one, it's just like we're never the same again, because we sent a part of ourselves with them, and it's really not helping them out where they are. It's out of love and concern and our deep feelings for them, and it happens again on an unconscious level. These are some of the things that happen. If you feel like a part of your history is missing, you've got lost memories from any point in your life, or just a feeling that you've been drawn to this, and it's like, I'm curious, what is that? I think that many times our subconscious or our spirit draws us to put us in places and things where we can continue to move forward to heal in our lives. A lot of people have, a lot of the reasons that they have suicidal thoughts or tendencies is because there's a deep innate desire to reunite with one's lost soul pieces, and recovering this can help people move forward out of depression, out of suicidal tendencies. And one of the last and most severe indicators of soul loss is multiple personalities. Now, I don't assume that very many people watching this will find this, but I do remember one lady that came to me that had 21 different, very distinct, multiple personalities, their own names, their own characters, race, whatever, gender. And she had grown up in a satanic cult, abused by her parents, her grandparents, and all the members of the cult, physically, emotionally, sexually abused her whole life growing up. This woman was 60 years old, and she came into my office on a walker, her husband helping her in the whole way. And it was just so sad to see what had happened to her. But we did a session with her and was able to restore her soul parts. Her multiple personality disorder went away. And even after that session, she got up. She didn't run out the door. Well, not that she was scared of anything. But she got up and she walked out on her own power with her husband carrying the walker. So just in that session, physically, she felt so much better once we was able to restore. But this was one of the most severe cases I've ever seen of soul fragmentation because of that severe abuse. So those are some of the things that, the indicators. If that sparked something, a curiosity in you, there is a soul retrieval process, and I generally can do this in one healing session with a client. I can guide the client through this. It's a very safe, peaceful feeling. Most people, almost all of them say, I didn't expect it would be this easy. I didn't know I would feel this light. I didn't know I was carrying this much weight. It's just amazing that they go through life, they didn't realize that, but yet it's like I feel so much more complete, and now I can feel like I can put that person or that event behind me. And as I check back with them a week, a few days later, 2 weeks later, instead of being upset when they see or think of that person, it's like they either don't feel anything or they just feel pity. But they no longer feel controlled or devastated like that person is still ruining their lives. But it's a process that I guide them through. I use the person's angels, guardian angels. I ask the divine that he will allow them to be there, and whatever other angels he chooses to send. And it is a very light-filled process that we go through. Some of the things that you might feel afterwards, I've had clients say they felt great joy, they feel fuller, they feel more complete, they feel lighter, a sense of freedom. And The list is endless. There are so many benefits. After this, the person can have an ability, and it won't be the same for everybody, but they'll have a greater ability to make changes. They're more present in life. They're able to connect fully with the emotions and to move forward. It may be the beginning of a whole healing process and just open a whole new dimension of moving forward. They maybe all won't see themselves going a different direction in their lives, a better direction. Or it may be the end of a healing process. They may have done all this healing and this is the last piece that they were missing. The possibilities are as unique as you are as a person. That's what I can tell you about soul retrieval. It's one of the most tender, and for me it's a very sacred healing session when I'm able to work in the world of spirits and to work with a person and help them recover their essence and be truly and authentically who they are, and to cut themselves off from the past, from negative situations in their past, and to move forward and be whole and complete and be all that they can be. That's my greatest wish for any of my clients, to reach their full potential. So if you feel like this it'd be something that could benefit you, I'd love to talk to you. Go ahead and click on the little link here to our website at allthingspossible.biz and click the contact us button. Email me, bill@allthingspossible.biz, and just say that you'd like a free 20-minute healing session with me, or a consultation, call it what you will, where we can talk about that and move. There's no way we can do a healing session or a soul retrieval in that much time. But we can talk about that and feel like if this is a fit for you, and if you feel comfortable, or this is something that you may want to do. God bless you. Move forward in your healing. Find joy and happiness in your life. Thanks for being here at All Things Possible TV. Have a great day. Bye-bye.